On September 11, 1503, Michelangelo began work on a significant commission to sculpt the 12 Apostles for the Florence Cathedral, a project that was meant to honor the Christian faith and beautify the Grand Church. The sculptures were intended to be larger-than-life statues, each representing one of Christ's 12 apostles. However, despite his ambitious start, Michelangelo only completed one statue, St. Matthew, before abandoning the project due to other commitments, including his later work on the Sistine Chapel and various papal commissions. Although the series was never finished, the St. Matthew statue stands as a testament to Michelangelo's extraordinary talent, capturing dynamic motion and spiritual intensity. This project reflects the Renaissance master's deep connection to both religious themes and the human form, further solidifying his reputation as one of the greatest artists of all time. On September 11, 1649, the massacre of Drogheda took place during the Irish Confederate Wars, part of the larger Wars of the Three Kingdoms. The English parliamentarian forces, led by Oliver Cromwell, besieged the town of Drogheda in Ireland, which was held by Royalist and Irish Confederate troops. After a brief but intense battle, Cromwell's forces breached the town's defenses. Despite surrender offers, Cromwell ordered the massacre of much of the garrison and many civilians, including priests and civilians taking refuge in churches. The brutal event, in which an estimated 2,500 to 3,500 people were killed, was meant to serve as a stark warning to other towns that resisted Cromwell's forces. The massacre of Drogheda remains a highly controversial and infamous episode in Irish history. On September 11, 1914, W.C. Handy, celebrated as the father of the blues, published his groundbreaking composition, St. Louis Blues. This song is often credited with popularizing the blues genre and bridging it into mainstream music. St. Louis Blues blends traditional blues with elements of ragtime and features a distinctive melody and lyrical narrative that captured the essence of early 20th century African American life. The piece was groundbreaking for its time, contributing to the development of a new musical form and influencing countless artists. Its publication marked a pivotal moment in music history, helping to establish Handy as a key figure in the evolution of blues and shaping the future of American music. On September 11, 1941, the construction of the Pentagon began in Arlington County, Virginia. Designed by architect George Bergstrom and built by contractor John McShane, the Pentagon was constructed to serve as the headquarters of the United States Department of Defense. Its design features a unique five-sided layout, and it quickly became an iconic symbol of American military power. Despite being completed ahead of schedule and under budget, the Pentagon remains one of the largest office buildings in the world and a central hub for the U.S. military. Its construction was a significant wartime effort during World War II, reflecting the United States' expanding military and defense capabilities. On September 11, 1970, Jimi Hendrix gave what would be his last interview before his death. Conducted by the British journalist Keith Altham for Record Mirror, the interview took place at Hendrix's London home. In it, Hendrix spoke about his future plans, his music, and his experiences. He discussed his desire to work on new projects and his vision for his music, revealing a mix of optimism and introspection. Tragically, Hendrix died just a few days later, on September 18, 1970. The interview remains a poignant reminder of his artistic vision and the untimely end of his influential career. On September 11, 1977, Atari officially released the Atari 2600, initially known as the Atari VCS video computer system. This home video game console became one of the most popular and influential gaming systems of its time. It was notable for its use of interchangeable cartridges, allowing players to purchase and play different games on the same system. The Atari 2600 helped to establish the home gaming market and played a crucial role in the development of video game culture. Its success also paved the way for future consoles and the growth of the video game industry. On September 11, 2001, United Airlines Flight 93 was hijacked by terrorists as part of the coordinated attacks on the United States. The flight, which was en route from Newark to San Francisco, was taken over by 4 al-Qaeda terrorists who intended to crash it into a target in Washington, D.C. However, passengers on board, aware of the other attacks through phone calls and reports, attempted to regain control of the plane from the hijackers. Their courageous efforts led to the plane crashing into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, killing all 44 people on board, but preventing further destruction. The heroism of the passengers on Flight 93 is remembered as a significant and poignant moment in the history of 9/11. On September 11, 2001, terrorists hijacked American Airlines Flight 77, a Boeing 757 en route from Washington Dulles International Airport to Los Angeles. The hijackers took control of the plane and crashed it into the Pentagon, the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense in Arlington, Virginia. The attack resulted in the deaths of 125 people within the Pentagon, in addition to the 59 passengers and crew members on the plane. The impact of the crash caused significant structural damage and was part of a series of coordinated terrorist attacks that day, which also included the attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City and the crash of United Airlines Flight 93 in Pennsylvania. On September 11, 2001, terrorists carried out a devastating attack on New York City's World Trade Center. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11, a hijacked Boeing 767, crashed into the North Tower, causing a massive explosion and fire. 17 minutes later, at 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175, another hijacked Boeing 767, struck the South Tower. The intense heat from the fires weakened the tower's steel structures, leading to their collapse. The South Tower fell at 9:59 a.m., and the North Tower collapsed at 10:28 a.m. Nearly 3,000 people died, including passengers, workers, and first responders. The attacks, part of a series